Hello, my name's John Dexter and welcome. I hope you're all staying well and safe. It's lovely to have some of these restrictions lifted a little bit, as long as we're all sensible. It's nice to get out and about. So I thought I'd pop down to the Purbeck Hills and pop down to Kimmeridge. I've been here before and got some nice shots, but I thought I'd pop down here again. Even if I don't get any photographs today, you know, I'm not bothered. It's lovely to be out in the fresh air and, you know, yeah, just lovely to be out. But I've got to Kimmeridge and I'll get out of the car and show you. Oh, if I can get out. But yeah, I've just got here and woe and behold, Kimmeridge Bay and car parks closed. So yeah, so I think we'll have to go over to Plan B. Whatever plan, let me turn this around, whatever Plan B is. I think maybe, just a minute, let me, oh dear, trying to get this, that's it. Yeah, so we'll go over to Plan B. So I think I'll probably pop down to Corfe Castle. Been there many times before, but it's always a good place. So yeah, see what we can see. So I'll see you in a minute. There we go. That's Corfe Castle in the distance. All these years that I've been coming here and they still haven't put that blooming roof on. You just can't rely on builders these days. In all its glory. The thing is, you usually come down here and there's very, very rarely anywhere to park, to be honest. But with the situation that we're in at the moment, it's not too much of a problem, which can only be good. So we'll get out of the car and have a walk up. There's a field just up here which has got a good viewpoint, so I think we'll go up there. This is, without a shadow of a doubt, a beautiful part of the country. Very lucky to live on the edge of this. I used to do mountain biking in the days when I was fit. And we used to do a lot over here. And yeah, it's just an amazing place to cycle over. Lots of good uphills and lots of good downhills. So I sort of got to know every inch of it, really. Oh. Well, I've got back home after my trip out to the Purbecks. I don't think I got any good images today. Of course, but I have had some couple of good ones of that composition, which I'll put up at the end of the video, which I think I probably took last year. But what I did want to have a chat to you about is last year I thought about going to Stonehenge to see if I could get some images. I wasn't actually too sure whether Stonehenge would make for a good image, or it wouldn't make for my type of image. But anyway, I looked it up on the internet, and it actually cost just under 20 quid to get in, which is okay. But what I didn't like is you had to book a 2-hour slot, and you go up to the visitor centre and they take you to Stonehenge in some buses or some little coaches. Now that's okay, but if you book a 2-hour slot and you go the following day and it's pouring with rain, you know, it's you know, not so good. But I didn't think, I sort of rethought about it, and I didn't know whether it would be open. I didn't honestly think it would, with the situation that we're in at the moment. So I looked it up on the website, and sure enough, it's shut. But I remember going past it years ago, and you could actually see it from the road, but you couldn't stop. They'd stopped all sort of parking, so people didn't literally stop and start taking pictures. So I didn't know whether there was any other way you could sort of walk and see it. So I googled it, and there were about 3 sort of articles on how you can see Stonehenge without paying. And in one of the articles, it actually gave you the little village that is just outside Stonehenge, called, oh dear, I don't know, I'll look it up and I'll put it up on the screen in a minute. But they actually gave you the name of the road that you could park in, and they even gave you the postcode for it. And they said that at the end of this road there is a public path. Well, actually I went down there and there was plenty of parking, and I found the public pathway with no problem. Actually what it is, it's a sort of gravel road. So I started to walk, and it's about a 15 to 20 minute walk, but it's quite an easy walk. It's not sort of uphill or anything. And lo and behold, it takes you right by Stonehenge. And the crazy part about this is that when you get there, this is the path that the paying clients walk on. Then there's a fence here, and then the public path is here. So you are literally, got the same view that paying customers have, and you're right next to it. You can only get to, I think, 3 sides of Stonehenge on this public path. You can't get to the 4th one, but you know, the actual main view of Stonehenge, if you like, which is the part that the sunset actually comes through the stones, you can sort of get to no problem at all. I don't think I actually took a straight picture of it, but I'll try and find something that's sort of near enough to give you an idea of the view that we had. So yeah, I couldn't believe it, you know. I mean, I think these people have paid just under 20 quid to get in, and then see you walking on a public footpath next to them. Be pretty peeved. I know I would. So yeah, there you go. And the beauty of a couple of days ago when I went up there is there was absolutely no one there, obviously, because it was closed. Now normally there are hundreds of people, so if you were to actually go on that public path, you would probably sort of have hundreds of people sort of milling around, getting in a shot, if you like. The only thing I can think of is if you do go up there and go up this public footpath, to go out up there when Stonehenge is sort of closed at the end of the day or something, and you've got a nice clear view of it. Now, before I went up there, I was sort of trying to determine what sort of camera movement would suit this composition. And the only one I could come up with was, if you think of a clock, move the camera from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock, just a little movement like that. And I thought that was the only sort of movement that would sort of suit this image. You know, sort of up and down wouldn't suit it, side to side wouldn't suit it. So that's the movement I actually used. And in actual, I think I took just under 300 shots of it, and I sort of narrowed it down to 2, which I was pretty chuffed with. And out of those 2, I picked 1. And I actually turned it into a black and white because I think that sort of suited the image perfectly. So yeah, you know, thinking that it wouldn't really sort of make for a good image, it actually ended up, you know, I was quite chuffed with it. But I will put it up at the end of this video. So yeah, so if you're thinking about going to Stonehenge, it might be something worth bearing in mind. If you want to get all the details, just Google it. I just put in, can I see Stonehenge without paying? And these 3 sites came up. So yeah, that's something worth bearing in mind. Thank you very much for watching. It's lovely to be able to get out doing some photography now. It's just absolutely great, you know. I'm sure we've all missed it. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like. To all my subscribers, I thank you. It's very, very kind of you. The links to my Instagram account and my website are below. So yeah, I don't think I've forgotten anything. So until the next video, thanks very much for watching. This is John Dexter saying bye for now.